All right. Okay. So we're going to talk about Canva today and how to edit. So you may have noticed that Sensi now uses Canva and all of the consultants are using Canva. And here's something important to note. You do not have to create things within Canva if you don't want to, because tons of consultants and Sensi is out there creating stuff for you. Everybody is sharing the template. So the template is what they've created. They give you the template that then downloads into your account and you just edit that template. Okay. So it's super easy. So don't think that you can't use Canva because you're not creative. You don't have to create anything. I literally create nothing on Canva. I take everybody else's and then I just kind of edit everything for my own use with my own personal information. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about Canva is free, except for Canva does have templates and fonts that are premium only, and you have to have a paid account to use those premium services. But you do not have to pay for it. There's tons of stuff that is free inside Canva. For example, when you come into Canva, the home page is your designs. So this is all the things that I've created. I've been using it for years. I did not create these, sorry. These are a lot of these things I have uploaded. I've uploaded from other people's templates, okay? And I just uploaded 4 new things today just to show you how to edit this stuff. But I'm just going to give you a rundown of what Canva does. Canva, if you click on templates, they have everything. So if you want to say happy birthday to somebody, you come in here, type in happy birthday in a template, and pick a template you want to use. Anything with a crown is premium service, so you have to pay for it. Anything without a crown, so I'll click on this one, is you can use it for free. And then when you come in here, say this is one you like, it's going to give you more to choose from based on what you have just chosen. So just pick your favorite. I'll just pick this one, customize the template. Easy peasy. You can change the wording, you just double click, change the lettering, change the name, double click, change out the photo, delete the website. There you go. There's a happy birthday. Okay. So it's very user friendly once you figure out a few simple tricks. Okay. There's also tons of templates. I mean, you type in anything and they have it. You type in the word congratulations, there will be a congratulations image for you to use. If you want to create a menu, type in menu. It'll pop up. If you want wedding, I just had a wedding and I typed in all the wedding things and they have so many wedding things to choose from, and then you just edit it with your own information. So it's actually quite user friendly once you get the hang of it. Okay, but I'm gonna go back to my homepage here. This is the happy birthday thing. So I'm just gonna move it to trash because I don't want it. I'm just going to quickly run through a couple things that I downloaded today. And like I said, everybody shares their templates, so you don't have to do anything. So this one was an image that was already created. Somebody uploaded it into Canva. So, and why do people do that? Is because it's easy to print, easy to download. Okay. So with this one, you can't edit it. There's no editing available. I can't change the pricing. I can't move images around. So this one's already kind of locked in. Okay. When you go down to here, but I want to put my information in here. Okay. So on this one, you'll notice because this was an uploaded image that somebody did, this is here. Okay. So someone created a, what do you call this? A block. Somebody created a white block, same color as the background, so then it covers it, okay? And then you can put your contact information. So let me show you how to do that. Contact information, you just click on text over here, and then you add text box. And then just put in Carla Hunter, Bell, website, email, just to show that what you can do. So you can have your information here. You can then put a QR code over here, or your information may be really big. So then just use the whole thing as your information. You can change the font by just highlighting it. going up to the top and just choosing something better. Doesn't matter. There's tons to choose from. There's so many things that are free in here. And like I said, there are some that have these and you cannot use those, but there are a lot of them that are free. So just utilize the free things if you want to use Canva for free. So anyway, so there's that information of how to quickly edit your contact information. Now, over on the right side here, it's like asking you to pay $108 with matte finish and all that. No, we just want to download this for printing use. So you're going to go up to the top corner and click share. Click the share button and download. And then you can either utilize the PNG or PDF for print. Doesn't matter, whichever one you would rather, or whichever way prints better on your printer. But usually one of these two works fine. So you're just going to click it, PDF print, and there's 2 pages, and yes, I want to print both pages, and you just click done and download. That is going to download straight to your computer. So now it's a file in your computer that you can now print off. So that's super easy. So let's go back to my menu. We are going to then go to the fall and winter 2025. Love it, like it. Every time you edit something too, it's going to open up a new page. So I'm just going to close some of those. Okay, and so whoever has this template keeps adding pages. And so she has a whole lot of really good fall, whichever one that you decide, fall and winter 2025. She has lots to choose from that you can use. But then it also goes into 2024. So she's been using this link for a really long time. She has things in here. So if at any point you're just like, okay, I want to duplicate. So what I do is I duplicate a lot of things because I don't want to screw things up. If I screw it up, then how do I get it back? So I'm a duplicator. I like to duplicate pages in case I do something wrong. So you just right click on these 3 dots here and just click duplicate page. And so now you have 2 of the exact same pages. I'm going to edit one of them. And if it works out at the end of the day, perfect. If not, if it works out, I'm just going to delete the page that I duplicated or is still sitting there. Okay, so I'm just going to delete page. I'll be fine. So anyways, so this is the one I want to utilize, and this is someone else's QR code. So what am I going to do? So you just click on it, you click delete, and then I want to add my QR code. QR codes are found. Everything that you want to do in a page is over here. Okay, so you're going to go to apps for QR codes. So you're going to type in QR code, and you're looking for QR code generator. So there's the QR code generator. All the apps are going to pop up. I usually use that one. And then I'm going to put my website address is that. And I'm going to click generate code. So it pops up on the page. Also down here, you can make the page a little bigger if there's something that's super small on the page that you can change that. Sometimes it's easier when the page is bigger. So, and then you just drag it and drop it centered. And then I'm going to go outwards, and there I go. See, and you can take that and you can make it a little bit bigger from the corner. And you can make the other thing a little tiny bit bigger if it's just not centering enough. So you can, there you go. So there is my QR code, and it is perfect on there. And so before you go and print something though, make sure you take out your phone and you double check that that QR code works before you print them off. So that's it. So now what you're going to do is then you're going to go over here and click share. Now with this page, and you're going to click download. With this page, it has 14 pages. We do not want to save all those because they're just extra pages. So I'm just going to uncheck all of them, and I only need the first page because that's the only page that I edited for my own business. And then you can either download it as a PNG or a PDF print. It does not matter usually. Just do whatever is better on your computer. And then as long as it says, no, let me change that again. Sometimes don't cancel that without, I don't want 14 pages on that. And then click done. And then download. And now that one is on my computer so I can print it off. Okay, so that one's super easy. Let's go back to my main menu and I'm going to show you something that's a little bit more difficult to download. I also downloaded this one. This one's the same thing. Some of these links right on our team page too as well. And just make sure that when you are downloading a template of somebody's, you need to read through the whole thing, because I post USA consultant Canvas all the time. So just make sure that the proper pricing is on there and all current information is on there. For this one, you just add your QR code right here too. So like I said, you're going to go into apps, type in QR code generator, put in your website address, you'll get a QR code, stick it there. Then when you're down here, all of this is editable. So anytime you see someone else's name, you just delete it and it's all ready for you to go. Okay. Website address, edit it, text your phone number, all that, edit that. And then once you're done, super, super easy, guys. It saves. You don't have to save anything. It automatically saves as soon as you type it in. It's saved in the system. Then you're going to click share, then download again, PNG or PDF, whichever one, doesn't matter. But make sure you're only selecting the pages that you want. So I only want these 2 pages. I'm going to click done and I'm going to click download. Now, when I go up here, so this is the reason why I like PDF a lot more often than zip. So if you have multiple pages, PDF is usually the way to go, because this one, I have 2 pages, but it came as a zip. And what is a zip? A zip is like when I open it, it has 2 separate pages. So then I have to print each page separately, but I technically want them printed together, right? So if I go and I did this one as a PDF, okay, well, now it's going to make me sign up. Okay, this is the PDF. So these 2 will print together at the same time, and I don't have to worry about it. So if it's more than 1 page, put it as a PDF. If it's 1 page, just put it as a PNG. It doesn't really matter, just kind of your preference, okay? So there is that one. So let me go on to the next one, kind of get a little harder as we go, okay? So this next one is a little more advanced, which is a newsletter. And like I said, you do not have to create these. Usually consultants already have created. This is the September one. So this is, a couple of weeks early. Someone already has this for you to print off. And pretty much all the information is already there. You don't have to do anything, which is great. All you have to change is just make sure that you scan through it. If there's any pricing that you have to change it. Change out the QR code. So you'll just click on that, click delete. And then you're going to upload your QR code through the app again, click and type in your information. And so make sure you're doing that. On this next page, we'll just make the page a little bit bigger, because this is where it becomes just a little bit more advanced. So you're aware, and you're just like, how do I get this lady's face off of this circle? Okay. So when you are posting images in Canva, and this is why a lot of people don't use it, because you don't actually realize how to add photos. So to add a photo, you have to have a frame first, and then you place the photo into the frame, okay? So all of these are frames, photos with a frame. So if I click delete on this photo, you're going to see the frame. So let me do that. I'm just going to click that. I'm going to click the delete button. There's the frame. This is where you place photos into the frame. So I'm just click back because I don't want to move that photo. So every photo has a frame, okay? This one is just so happens to be a circle frame. So I don't want to mess it up. So I'm just going to duplicate. I'm a duplicator. Like I said, I duplicate a lot of things because I don't want to screw up my page. And so if, like, for example, if you like these words, the way it's written and the font, just click duplicate. You click on it, you click duplicate, you know, you can put it somewhere else on the page and you can change the words, but you get to use the font, okay? So just look at the page that you're on. You don't have to add text boxes. You don't have to do any of that. Just grab whatever you're looking for. If you like this, the way, the size and what this font is, you're just gonna click duplicate it, put it somewhere else, delete what's inside of it, and start typing, okay? So, okay. So for photo frames, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna double click, and then you can move this photo around, or you can delete that photo off, okay? The circle frame is still there. Then I'm gonna go into my uploads. This is where you upload files. I'm just gonna put a random image in there. I'll just put this one. You just drag and drop and it'll automatically be pushed in there. If you want to move it around, you then double click on it in the frame. You can make it bigger, smaller. You can move it up. This one can't move it up too much because it's already a square, right? You see that, how it's hitting the edge of the circle? But I can when it's like this, right? So you're just going to kind of move the image where you want it. When you click off of it, it's automatically going to be there in a circle. So that's how all of these have been created, even these squares, okay? So let me delete that. And you just have to click on it and delete that like that again. And it's the same with these square photos. Let me just, for example, I'll duplicate this. And I will just stick it right there for now. And then we can, I'll show you how to do it. So you click on it, I'm gonna delete the photo off first, then the frame is still there. And then you're like, okay, how do I find frames though? So all of that is inside elements, and you're just gonna type in frame. And there's all your frames up here. There's a lot. There's the one with the pointed corners, rounded corners, there's the circle, there's different types. There's this one. You can put 2 images on this one. There's just so many things that you can do with frames. So when you throw a photo in it, it's going to cover the whole thing. So anyway, so that's how you do frames. And then, for example, now you want to put a photo in there. I'll put this photo in there. You're just going to grab it and drop it in there. It'll drop, right? So there you go. So then you can move this all the way around because now it's attached to the frame. You can put this wherever you want it to be. Anyway, so, but that's why I duplicate, because I don't want to screw up the page. I just find it easier for me. So that's how you do that. Okay, the next thing that you might want to learn is layering. This is layered on top. When you have an image and you want it to look like this, you just click the image. You can click the corners there and go to layer, and you can bring it to forward. So if it's behind, then you can pull it to the front, okay? So that's super easy. Another thing that you might want to know, which is a lifesaver a lot of the times, is these are all separated. I can move all this around. So when I click on something, these are gonna move, but I don't want them to move, okay? First of all, this also is USA pricing and stuff. So you'll have to go through here and change it all to whatever country you live in. You just double click on them to change them, okay? Once you have it perfect, let's just say this is now perfect, you're gonna want to hold your button down, hold your mouse button down, scroll up until all of those pieces are together. And then you're then going to click group. Okay, so now that is all grouped together. So, for example, what does that mean? Now this is all grouped together. I get to move all this around at exactly the same time, all hooked together. So that's a really, really, really great tip for those of you who are just like, oh my God, all these little pictures. I wish I could just move them all at once. Well, you can. You just have to group them together. So if I go over, then this one is, and I don't want to group that one. So let me move it off a little bit and then up. and it'll show you what is going to be grouped together. So I want those grouped. You're going to group them. So now this is one big image, if that, hopefully that makes sense. And if you need to move them, easy, right? Now to ungroup them, make sure the whole box is, just the whole box is chosen. Click ungroup, and then they're back to the way it was, okay? Same with this. When you see anyone's name, all of this can be edited. Easy, easy, easy. Right? All of this can be edited. You just change it all out, super, super easy. And when you, like I said, when you want to group it together, you can group it together with this if you want to. So let me, okay, now I want to, hang on. Okay. Ungroup. Okay, so now that all of that is ungrouped, all these little pieces can now be moved, but I want them to be all together. But I want to start at the bottom. So I'm going to go here, 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 and here. But I don't want to put that Harvest Apple Dream Cider Crimson Berries, the one that just kind of opened up in a block. I'm just going to move this over a tiny bit. So that's off. And then you let go of the button. Make sure it's all highlighted, the exact pieces that you want grouped together. Click group. Now that whole thing is one thing. You can now then, which this is the best thing, if you right click on it, you can click duplicate. The whole thing is now duplicated. You can move it to the next page. If you just want this bottom piece, you can ungroup it and just group this, and you can move your contact information to another page on here. So anyways, so that is probably, oh, shoot. Okay, I was going to delete that whole thing anyway. Come on now. Delete. Okay. So, and like I said, on here, over here, change out the QR code, and this is the same thing. This one right here is, she's got a cute little pinkish background, then she has a frame, and then she has her photo. This is all grouped together. So you're going to want to ungroup it to be able to then add your own photo. So then you'll double click on it. See, her photo is now, you can delete it out and you can put your own photo. So this is her photo frame. And there's that. And all of these, if there is a font that you like the boldness, this is all grouped. So this whole thing here is grouped. You can click ungroup, you can copy one of these, duplicate it, put it somewhere else on the page, then you can group it back together if you want. Anyways, super easy. Now, the next thing is on her document here. She has the harvest collection. And what you can do is you can either, because this is already an image, you can either just download a new QR code and place it on top, because you can't edit this. This is like, I can't ungroup it. I can't do anything. This is the image, okay? So she's duplicated an image and then posted it here. So you can actually go into the QR code. You can go into the QR code generator and type in the same thing. Okay, generate the code. You can place it right over top. That's totally fine. You can do that. It'll cover it. Just make sure it's covered. Just make sure it's covered and it's big enough. And it's making me not be able to do that. Let me make it a little bit bigger. And then you can make this a little bit. Here. Okay, maybe that's not going to work. Okay. So let's go down here. So these are images that were already created. Down here, here is one that can be edited. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so she had one already on top of that. You can delete that out. You can then delete her QR code out, add your QR code. Okay, generate code. There is my QR code. If you want a little box around it, it's actually not that hard to find. So you're just going to scroll back up, go to elements, and you're going to type in, just type in QR code. QR code. You can type in scan here. So these things you can click on see all of those are there, you know, the corners. You can just go like that. You make it smaller. Make it smaller as big as you want. You can put that in the middle of it. Everybody knows what a QR code is. They know how to scan it. You don't really have to tell people anymore. But anyways, here is that. So this has already been created. You can now, you should be able to group it. I'm hoping. Okay, so duplicate. There we go. So I've just duplicated that. I'm going to then highlight. I'm going to right click on the highlight and duplicate. So I want 3 on the page. Oh, where'd that go? Okay, that was the other. See, this page she had. So I'm going to delete this page because that's her QR code. I don't need it anymore. This is my page. Oh, I see what I did. I duplicated that. Let me delete that. I only want to duplicate that. Duplicate. Okay, that worked. Then you're going to drag it, drag and drop. So let me move that down a little bit. Oh, shoot. No. See, this is why I duplicate a lot of things, because sometimes I make mistakes, right? So, and this one can get pulled down a little bit. So as long as you group them all together like that, this one I didn't have to, I mean, you can lock it, but I don't see a way that I didn't see the group. Anyway, so this is a really great page to just chop off and give your customers that portion. So anyways, so let's say this is done. You're going to click share and you're going to click download. And it comes with 3 pages. And this time I definitely would want PDF for print. And then I would click download. And then you are good to go for that one. Let's just say you have created something. I'm going to go back to my homepage here. I create these a lot of times. See this one here and this one. This is usually what I use for online parties. So when I have an online party, I usually create a Facebook thumbnail. This one is a YouTube thumbnail, but there is Facebook thumbnail. So for example, this is an Instagram post square. This is a Facebook cover, so you'll want to use this one if you need a cover for Facebook. Then there's also like YouTube options. So you just type in YouTube channel banner or YouTube thumbnail. Click a thumbnail. And then this is the size. Okay, this is the size of their thumbnail. You can pick anyone and delete all of it off. If there's something in here that you like this one, you can utilize that. But you can go for Facebook, just type in the word Facebook. Facebook cover. Facebook or event cover sometimes. Facebook group cover. There we go. Sometimes they're a different size. So anyways, even if you know the size of the template that you need, there is a create button, custom size right here, and you can go in there and put in the size. So it's super easy. Facebook cover, Facebook post. I'm just gonna try, let me do Facebook cover. So like you saw, I like creating kind of like my own 3-photo thing, so frame. So let me type in frame and see all, and I'm going to be looking for a 3 frame, which is that one right here. But I don't really like, see, you just go like that. I don't know if I like that one. So let me delete that. Oh, let's see. Okay, let me, delete. Okay, so what I do want is I can do that one. And then I can duplicate that and put that right over here. Right? And then you can put photos inside. So let me just grab a couple photos. That one. That one. I can do this one. And this one. So this is kind of what I do on mine. I mean, the background, let me look at the background. And it's gray. I mean, you could do it all white, right? So just change the colors. And same with that one. You'll just change out all the colors. You don't even have to do that even. This is just kind of an example. You could just put 4 photos up. And this is what I've done as well. Or not 4, sorry, you always need a frame. It's just always better. So let me do 4 because I want to do 4 photos. You can do as wide as you want. It's fine. And the lines always tell you where the middle is. So as long as you know where the middle is, you are good to go. So just try to make the photos the same size. Up, down, up and down. So literally, like, once you get the hang of it, it's so easy. Okay, so now that's like that. Now I want to upload my photos. And you just do them like this. Just like that. Let me do that one, and then see what else I got in here. Wedding stuff, wedding stuff. Okay, let me do this one. So to make them big or small, you just make them big or small. How much of that do you want to be showing? You can do that. This one, you can flip it and just make it bigger, just like that. You can make it smaller. It can only be as small though as the corner, if that makes sense. Once your image hits the corner, then and then this one I can make bigger if I want. Just move this around. So there's that. And another thing that I do as well is I want a block. I do this a lot. Just a block. Just a block. Not a frame. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Text? No. Element? Shapes. I'm looking for a shape. So I'm just going to take a shape. There is a shape. And I do this for a lot of my parties. For the fall and winter, I will definitely use like darker photos, probably Halloween images, and things like that. Then I will change the color. So many colors that you can choose from, like some grays, some maybe like that. That might be too light. And you just change the color up here. Let me do that one. And then I'm just going to add a text box that says, I'm going to put, so I want the text box on top of this. So I'm just going to put Carla's online. Actually, I like caps lock when I'm doing this. Carla's online party. And then we're just going to make it big. Make it big, as big as possible. And then we're going to go like that. So I do that a lot. I kind of don't like this color at all. So I try and bring in a color that's already on the page a lot of times. I mean, that one's okay. I mean, you can do pink, light pink, whatever. But there's that. So this is something that I would put on top of this as a banner in a page. So that's how easy that is to create. That's literally the extent of my creations, is for photos that I upload for my YouTube or parties. Okay, that's the extent of and it's so easy to do once you figure out how to do it. But let me check to see what else I can show you here. One more thing. There is other things that you can do. A lot of people have scroll parties, and this one is a lot of editing, a guide. Okay, so make sure that if this is something that you want to do, it is a lot of work, scroll parties. So you can make a website link and go through a website, and I'll show you how to do this. So this is somebody else's shop and scroll party. When she's finished with this, she's then going to come over here and click share and click see all and then website. So, and then this is the website address. So you can change the address, whatever you want to do, but it'll be like, say, Carla Hunter, my Canva site, okay? And then you can change, like this says copy of Alicia's. It's because that's what is up here. So this is actually, you can just change it. This is just the name of the file. You can do shop and scroll 2025, okay? And that's just the name of the file. So when you go to CLM website, now this is the website address to this website party. So you technically don't have to have a scroll and shop party. You can actually create this as a homepage as a website, as long as everything is linked back to your PWS. Now I'm going to show you So this is a lot more advanced, and if you have time, and this is kind of what you want to utilize, you want to send something out to your customers that they can kind of quickly run through really quickly to see what's available. Now this is an older one from I think last fall. So, but you can go through this and edit this. So here is the thing. Like I said, you know how to edit photos now. Oh shoot, what am I doing? So it is working links, okay? So for you to, hang on here. Let me just go back. Because we want to edit this. Okay, so now, now I'm in edit mode. Okay, so now all of these are editable. So anything with a line underneath it is a working link, but you don't want her link. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on it, okay, and you're gonna click this and you're gonna put your website address in there to wherever you want them to go. So you're gonna change the links out on everything in this document. Change the information, everything is clickable. Carla Hunter, oh, that was all caps lock. Let me take off my caps lock. Everything is editable, fun, okay? You can change out you can keep this image, change out the image. You can, these are linked as well. So just make sure that you are changing the links or deleting the images so there's no link there. So just change the links. So that's page 1. Page 2, you can link these images if you want to. You can change the images out. You can grab these files, these PNG images from your workstation and come in, like some of these are discontinued. So you want to make sure that new and updated warmers are in here. Okay. Same with this is a shoppable link. You have to edit the link. And to link any of these are not linked, but if you want them linked, you just click on it, you right click on it, and you click link, and it'll automatically link. So everything on here can be linkable to your PWS. Same with here, this is a shoppable link. You're gonna change that, change all the information if there's information. You can duplicate a page. So if you're just like, we have something new, duplicate a page, right? That's how you're going to change the, to add new pages. Because there's tabletop fans, fans and pods, fragrance flowers, diffusers and oils. You can put like each one of these as an image. If that no longer exists, you can change out to a new image and have a shoppable link on any of these things. Car stuff, cleaning stuff. Like she has a page for everything. And there is a link to everything. This is the Harvest Collection. You can change this out with the shoppable links. Change out the join package. Click here to learn more. That could go to the join link. There is another shoppable link, but all of this literally can be links to your website. You don't have to have it as a shoppable party, but you can, like, for example, like I said, you can duplicate pages. So what we have candles coming, right? You can duplicate this page. Let's just say, duplicate this page. Now it's down here as number 5. You could move it as a number 9. So it's not next to each other, so the pages don't look the same. Then you could put a big candle here and all the new candle information on this page with a new shoppable link. So let me delete that. But anyways, so why I wanted to talk to you about this is because you don't have, it doesn't have to be a shoppable party, but it's a really great way to have images and links sent to your customers super easy underneath your email address. Like when you send out emails, you can have a link to this, right? Just as it's eye-catching and everything is linked directly back to your PWS. But just make sure that when you're sharing it, you click share, you click see all, and you click website. And that is going to create a website address, and it's going to be able to shop. And I believe you probably have to pay for it if you want to use this option. But anyway, so there is that. That's a little bit more advanced for those of you who kind of already know what you're doing. Another thing I will show you, let's just say you create something and you want to share the link. We do not use this one, copy link. When you use this button, it says copy link. If you use copy link and you send it to me and I start changing stuff, you're going to see it changing on your side. So you're going to start seeing Carla Hunter in all your stuff. So you have to make sure that you send the template. So the template is here. Template link right here. It is only a paid option. So when consultants and Sensi are sharing templates, this is what they're pressing. All you do is press that button and you create a template link. And now if I copy this button and I post it to Facebook, you'll now get my template of this thing. And when you download it, it'll go into your, and when you edit it, you won't see any changes that I'm doing on my side because it's a brand new document just for you. So anyway, I think I kind of went through everything that you kind of need to know. It's not that difficult, but you do have to play around with it. And so if you have questions, if you're having a hard time, just reach out. So there's somebody on our team page that knows what they're doing. I don't know everything about it, but the stuff that I do know is pretty much what I showed you, and you can literally edit anything you want super quickly, super easy, but you do have to spend the time trying it out. So, but I wouldn't start off with this website to begin with. Start off with like uploading QR code and adding some text to, you know, with your information and stuff. So anyway, hopefully that helped a little bit, but more people need to start using Canva because that is what everybody is using. And there's so many great things that you can be giving your customers in their bags if you utilize some of these templates.